Good morning. It is Friday and you're watching EBW TV's Live and Local on this snowy morning. Today's Friday, February 7th, and I'm Carly Hurley.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sean Hurley, and welcome to the show. Despite all the predictions of snowmageddon, I think we got a couple inches yesterday, day before, and today, which hasn't been an insane amount all at once, but it has added up a little bit.
Yeah, it can create slippery conditions, so you will want to give yourself some extra time out there, but I'd say a little better than yesterday morning. Yeah. We will be seeing a few more flurries and maybe even a snow shower later on today, so make sure you allow yourself some extra travel time.
Yeah, great advice. And because today is Friday, we've got Friday flowers to look forward to. All you have to do is comment #flowers on EBW TV's Facebook page and share that, and you'll be in the drawing for a beautiful arrangement from Allenbrook Flowers up here in Port Huron.
Yeah, we've got that on the set, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show, but fresh flowers can be a pick-me-up for the weekend, and then Valentine's Day is coming up, so it could be an early surprise for someone too.
Once you win, you have the option to share with a friend, or again, keep them for yourself, or probably give them to that significant other there. That's a good idea.
Absolutely. Well, we also are doing a second giveaway this morning. We could have 3 lucky winners all together, as we have 2 pairs of tickets to Disney's Princess Party that's coming up at McMorran tomorrow. So if you know of someone who would want to win those, you have the chance to do that. All you have to do is comment #Disney, and you have a chance to win those. You can give them away. You can take a special little lady in your life. Lots of different ways to enter and be a winner this morning. So, by the way, we always ask that our viewers, if you have an interesting story to share, send an email to news@ebw.tv or call or send a text to 810-434-4175.
It's the ultimate news crowdsourcing at its finest. So let's get our show underway. I know we've got a lot in store. What's our first story today?
Well, there's a new app that can help track your student's school bus route, departure, and arrivals. First View is now available for parents and caregivers in the Port Huron School District to track the bus a child is riding. To use the app, parents do need their child's student ID number to access the program via smartphone or desktop computer. The app will give users instant notifications as to things like snow days and bus delays, as well as real-time tracking and timestamps with the location of the bus. Students and parents can also use it to know when the bus is coming, avoiding waiting times for late buses. According to an announcement from the district, there are a lot of features available that can be customized to the user's preference. The app is now available in partnership with First Student, which is the transportation company the district has a contract with. It has a rating of 4.1 out of 5 stars in the Apple Store.
I can see how that new app can be really helpful to parents coordinating pickup and drop-off times.
I'd say especially in the winter time.
Yeah.
You don't want to be standing outside for extra time if the bus is late.
Absolutely. Another type of tracking is being done at a local facility, helping officials get a handle on the items they own and making those items more accessible to visitors. Port Huron Museum will be closed for an additional week to complete an ongoing inventory project. According to Andrew Kircher, manager of community engagement, museum employees and volunteers have made substantial progress on logging more than 15,000 museum collectibles in an inventory, and they are hoping to finish the project with the added time. The museum has been closed to the public tours since January 20th while work and complete the inventory of the museum's collection, as well as new digitized catalog system that has been happening. The museum has collected tens of thousands of items since opening its doors in 1968, and many items collected by the library were added years before that. Kircher said the museum implemented a new item tracking system using printable barcodes so that future collections and tracking items' history can be more accessible. At that same time, the artifacts in the collection have been processed. The museum has been undergoing a deep clean of the entire facility and display cases, in addition to modernizing and standardizing the exhibit labels. The museum is expected to reopen to the public on February the 17th.
So it sounds like a necessary part of what they've got going on there. A huge project, but it sounds like they're almost in the home stretch.
Yeah, overall the updates will create the better experience for the visitors.
Well, a local government facility has recently added counseling services and reporting that student response is picking up. The St. Clair County Health Department is seeing results after expanding teen health center services in Port Huron and Algonac to include counseling. The Adolescent Health Clinic, now referred to as Teen Health, is providing services in Port Huron and has expanded to Algonac. According to the health department, counseling services began at Algonac in the fall of 2019, while services in Port Huron began more than 3 years ago. In October, November, and December of 2019, the Port Huron location saw 84 clients for 267 visits, while the new Algonac location saw 25 new clients for 114 visits. Cindy Mangian, who's a nurse practitioner and nursing supervisor for Teen Health, said she feels these services are desperately needed for students to receive services where they're at. She feels this program alleviates barriers of transportation and scheduling that could get in the way of individuals seeking service otherwise. The St. Clair County Health Department's Child and Adolescent Health Program is jointly funded by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and also the Michigan Department of Education. The Port Huron Teen Health Clinic is located on the campus of Port Huron High School, while Algonac's clinic is located within the combined junior and senior high school. That Port Huron location also offers primary care services in addition to counseling.
Well, it's great to hear that kids are feeling more comfortable, to take part of that program.
Yeah, it's a good service to have accessible for them.
Yeah. So often awareness plays a huge role in guiding people the right care at the right time. If you see an unusual number of people wearing red today, it is because February 7th is National Wear Red Day. As part of February's recognition of Heart Health Month, each year on the first Friday in February across the state and the nation, millions of people will wear red attire to raise awareness of heart disease in women. Women and men throughout the country will be wearing red to show their support of this movement to save women's lives. Sadly, heart disease is the #1 cause of death in both men and women in the U.S., including right here in St. Clair County. There is good news, though. 80% of cardiac events can be prevented with lifestyle changes and proper education. Local healthcare providers are also focusing efforts on heart health, with McLaren Port Huron set to open the James C. Atchison Heart and Vascular Center, a new comprehensive cardiac and vascular center this summer.
Well, you need to wear red today with pride if you remember before you walk out the door, and encourage your loved ones to get their regular checkups, because that's really what this day is all about.
Absolutely. I think I missed the memo, but I still have later on in the day to switch it up a little bit. Prevention is definitely the best defense, and the next line of protection is getting diagnosed during the earlier phases.
Well, that way you'll have more treatment options and a better chance at a complete recovery.
Yep.
And on that note, we've got to take a short break, but don't forget, we've got 2 giveaways going on this morning. We have our Friday Flowers from All in Books, so comment #flowers. And then if you might want a pair of tickets to the Disney's Princess Tea Party that's coming tomorrow, you can comment #Disney. So a couple chances to be a winner this morning, and we've got a great feature coming up. Annie Naraki is going to talk to paramedics on some ways you can help during an emergency.
Yeah, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Since 1952, EDA has been helping to grow the St. Clair County economy by attracting jobs and investment, supporting our communities, and ensuring that we have a competitive workforce. We are your partner in prosperity.
Legend has it, a cold-blooded beast roams these woods at night. It's covered in bony armor from head to tail. Through land and water, nothing can stop it. And if you happen to spot it, it's probably too late.
The legend is back in black. The Gator XUV 590M Special Edition. Nothing runs like a deer. Run with us.
Visit Tri-County Equipment today at one of their 10 locations or online at tricountyequipment.com.
We are back on EBW TV's Live and Local. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. And before the break, we were talking about how February is Heart Health Month, and today's National Wear Red Day. So how many of you will be wearing red today? Let us know.
Yeah, I like that you still have the option. It's early enough to be able to switch because I forgot my red. So yeah, it's early enough to switch it up for later in the day. And that's kind of nice there.
Well, there's always something you can do. And in our feature today, Annie Naraki is going to share with us from 2 paramedics who share potentially life-saving ways to stop major bleeding. So Annie, here she is.
You never know when you may be called on to save a life, but a few basic skills can help you stop the bleeding and save a life in an emergency.
National response time for ambulance or first responding agency to arrive is anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. So with you being the person that's already there when the accident happens, you're the one that's going to be able to initiate care and actually make a difference before we ever can get there. Even if you're just slowing the bleeding, you're still giving them more time. This can be applicable anywhere. If you're at home and somebody does something even as small as just trips and falls and cuts their leg, they land on cement cinder and it cuts their leg open, you can stop that bleeding and slow the bleeding. If you're out and about and somebody's in an accident and you see some severe bleeding, maybe they broke their arm and have an open wound with it, you can make that difference. And in the case where that hostile event situation, like in Las Vegas, Nevada, when they had the Harvest Festival, this initiative was already out there. And because this initiative was out there, an ambulance was taken over, and the civilians stripped that ambulance of supplies so that they could help those who had been injured.
When you're packing an open wound, the preferred way is taking the bandaging material by actually pushing that material inside the wound and filling that wound up with the material and then continuing to put more on top and applying that pressure. Some people will call it well-aimed direct pressure, but you're putting more pressure over a larger surface area, and it'll help control the bleeding a little quicker and a little more effectively. So the process, once you get the tourniquet out of its wrapper, and you're going to slide that over their arm, their leg, or wherever it is you're trying to apply the tourniquet. And you're just going to pull it as tight as you can and continue to wrap around the arm. Then you're going to grab a hold of the windlass chuck, which just looks like a big straight stick, and you're going to keep twisting this. Once you get that to where the bleeding stops, you're just going to set that windlass chuck in that little C-clamp and then just continue to wrap the rest of your tourniquet around to secure it.
If you're going to throw together a home kit, I would say that first of all you want to have your ACE wrap, which is just your general thing, but you're going to want clean gauze, rolled gauze. You're going to want to have possibly an Israeli dressing. And a tourniquet.
Knowing the skills to stop the bleed are very important because primarily if you ever find yourself injured and unable to get a hold of help right away, it's self-survival. You're going to help take care of yourself. But a lot of the context of what we talk about in here is not only helping yourself, but helping your neighbor. When you find somebody else in trouble, or being the true first responder, it's not the people in uniform that go out and get paid to do it. It's going to be you who is close by when something bad happens.
If they want to take a class once a month, I do them here at the Parks and Rec at Palmer Park. They can get a hold of Port Huron City Rec, and it's a free class. There's no charge whatsoever.
I encourage everybody to get one of these classes in because the life you might save is your own, but it also might be your wife or your child. I think we're very responsible for trying to take care of one another, and if anybody shows up when somebody's hurt and they take it upon themselves to help that other person, I think that's a very noble thing.
From the skills of applying pressure, packing and applying a tourniquet, and having a life-saving kit, you can go from the sidelines to saving a life. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.
Well, that can be some definitely crucial and helpful information.
Yeah, you never know when you might be in a situation that calls for those skills. So I think we've all been somewhere where we didn't expect something to happen. So take some tips from that story. Be sure to share it with friends and family, and then maybe stop by the class to learn more.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that.
Well, also make sure you comment on our Facebook page this morning to be entered into the drawing for Friday flowers from Ullenbrooks. We'll be choosing those later this morning. All you have to do is comment #flowers and share the program, and you'll be in the running.
That's how it works. Do that while we're taking a break, and when we come back, we'll have sports and weather.
And think about what a nice treat it'll be to have fresh flowers in the middle of winter. We'll be back right after this.
Steve Marcero, a realtor you know. Hardworking, honest, reliable. Buying or selling, call Steve first at 810-650-0941. A lifelong area resident, Steve treats you like family. If you're from the Port Huron area, you know how important small businesses are to our community. State Farm Insurance agent Emily Vinkier runs a small business in Kimball, and she can help protect the things that matter most. Stop in or call for a free personalized quote at 810-662-3566.
What's so special about the Murphy Inn? How about the best handmade pizza, burgers, ribs, steak, and fish? The friendly pub atmosphere, large beer selection, live entertainment, and 7 Victorian-style hotel rooms with modern comfort. See for yourself. Visit the Murphy Inn today.
We're back, and it's so great to see so many of you tuning in this Friday morning. Hello to Jeannie and also to Ken. Thanks for starting your mornings with us.
I hope you added your #flowers and then shared as well.
If you on the page have done so it'll be fun when we draw for the flowers later on this afternoon.
Yep, Friday means Friday flowers and, of course, hockey. And tonight our team will be on the road, but still in state. The Port Huron Prowlers face the Battle Creek Rumble Bees tonight and tomorrow for a 2-game series. The odds seem to be in the Prowlers' favor, but their lineup has changed since last time they met with the Bees. On the plus side, the Prowlers added Mike Moroso and Bobby Sokol, and the 2 newbies made their marks last weekend against the Menor Icebreakers by scoring 9 out of the 13 Prowler goals. Corey Simons is back in net for the Prowlers too, winning 8 out of 10 games he's played. On the minus side, Matt Robertson, the all-time highest scoring Prowler and 5th in the entire league, along with Matt Stoya and David Nippard, moved up to the bigger leagues. Puck drops at 7:35 tonight and tomorrow night inside the rink in Battle Creek. In other news, MAC Gold title took place last night between Port Huron Northern Huskies and St. Clair boys basketball teams, and it was a close one. St. Clair coming out on top 41-39.
Well, congratulations to them on winning close.
Yep.
Well-fought battle. The Prowlers are close to second place position in the league. They've traded it back and forth with the Danville Dashers all season long.
Yeah, I think they're like 1/1000th of a point behind them, which means there's still time to catch up. But the Prowlers are going to have to make sure they play hard this weekend.
Absolutely. Well, they've got a good chance anyways. And this weekend's weather is a great chance to reconnect with the theme Winter Wonderland. For today, expect mostly cloudy skies with some scattered snow flurries off and on during the morning hours and a high near 29. Tonight, it's going to get down near 14 degrees as the clouds break up, and we'll see some lighter winds than we've been seeing recently. On Saturday, partly cloudy skies will make for a brighter day, and we'll see a high near 22. Those partly cloudy skies will stick around through most of the evening, but the clouds will roll back later on, and Saturday night's temperatures will drop down to near 17. On Sunday, the clouds will be back, and current predictions forecast some snow, about an inch or so. Sunday's high is expected to be near 32 with an overnight low of 30.
So we've got some cold temps and a little bit more snow coming, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it. If people want to go skiing or snowbirding, this might be a good weekend to do that.
Yeah, might be time to break out that heavy coat for sure, right?
Yes, and cold though, you're definitely going to want that coat, gloves,
Yep.
all that good stuff, and then we'll warm back up on Sunday.
Yeah. Right now it's time to take a quick break. When we come back, Becky Gettner will talk about the national tournament that's coming to Port Huron.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
Yep.
She'll have all the details coming up in just a minute. Be sure to comment #flowers or #Disney for your chances to win. We'll have 3 lucky winners this morning. We'll be right back with Spotlight.
Let North Star Bank, one of the most responsive, relationship-based banks in our community, partner with you to meet your financial needs. We have locations all across Michigan, so stop in and visit us today. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
Save green when you ride the Blue Water Area Transit System. Why are more people riding the bus? Because Blue Water Area Transit is a safe, affordable alternative to driving. At just 80 cents per trip, try the bus for just 1 week and save. Save time, save money, save the planet. Every time you ride the bus, call 810-987-7373 or visit us online at bwbus.com.
Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Bonnie DiNardo, and my guest today is Becky Gettner from SC4, and she will be talking about the National Basketball Tournament. Welcome, Becky.
Hi, Bonnie. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm really excited to talk about an exciting event that's coming to the SC4 Fieldhouse. We will be hosting the NJCAA Division II Women's National Basketball Tournament in March. Actually, March for the next 3 years. So we're kicking off this bid on March of 2020, and the event will kick off on March 17th, and it'll run through March 21st with the championship game happening on that Saturday. This is really going to bring in a truly elite group of teams from across the nation. So the teams will be coming in all the way from Arizona all the way to New York. So it's really going to be super elite group of players coming to this event.
Right.
It's going to be an exciting week. We'll have 26 games played over the 5 days, so it's going to be a hectic and exciting event, but we'll have up to 6 games played daily. And it really helps SC4 elevate themselves on the national level within the collegiate athletics, and it's going to be a great opportunity for the local community to see a really exciting athletic event.
Right. Tell us about where the community can go to see the times and of the games in case they want to come in and watch.
Yes, as we get closer to the event, we will have a website, sc4.edu/NJCAA, and people can go there. They'll be able to see the teams that are there. We'll have the brackets updated. There'll be a link to streaming video of the event as well.
Oh, that's great. What is the financial impact for the community as all these people come to town?
Well, it's really exciting for the community overall. Tournaments are very competitive for a really good reason, and part of that is the impact that they can have on the community. So these events, this event in particular, is expected to bring about $250,000 into the local area each year, and that's money that's going to our local hotels, our restaurants, grocery stores, really everywhere that these players and their families are going to be attending.
Wow, that's great.
Big boost to the community.
Hold that thought. We'll come back and talk more. Stay tuned.
Semco Energy Gas Company is dedicated to you with a focus on customer service and fuel today for a sustainable tomorrow. Semco Energy works hard to make your time with family and friends warm and cozy. Semco Energy Gas Company. Natural gas works for Michigan.
Welcome back to Spotlight as we continue talking with Becky Gettner from SC4, talking about the national tournament, basketball tournament coming up in March. So, Becky, tell us what it took to secure the national tournament. That was quite a big deal.
Yeah, it's quite an effort. It's really exciting, and I think what people may not know is the opportunity to bid on these is really quite a competitive environment. In fact, in 2020, we're the only college in Michigan that's going to be holding a national championship. So I think that's something we can really be proud of as a college and as a community. For this bid in particular, we were competing against Harrison, Arkansas, as well as Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And it really was a collaborative effort between SC4, the city of Port Huron, as well as many of local leaders around this local community to really secure this bid. And that was done through showing our collaborative support for this event and just the outreach that we had while the committee was here interviewing us. In fact, when we were awarded this, they mentioned that it was our fabulous facility as well as the local support for the college and also this event that really helped push us over the edge.
Wow, that's great. And the field house is beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing.
Wonderful.
It really
so
is.
many positive comments from the community.
Yes, we're very proud of it.
Tell us about college commitment to equality in sports and the new initiatives that we have.
Yeah, well, the college is really wants to provide opportunities for people of all interests. So we've recently launched 4 new athletic teams. So we have a women's golf team, we have a women's soccer team that will be starting in the fall. We have an esports team, which is really new to collegiate athletics overall, so we're excited about that, as well as a new competitive dance team. And actually the competitive dance team will be performing at halftime events, so that'll be a lot of fun to see, but they will also compete at other athletic competitive events as well. So it's just a great initiative. As far as equality, we are really dedicated to equality in sports overall, and we were actually the first community college to join We Coach, which is a national organization that's really dedicated to and committed to empowering women coaches and helping them to grow and further their careers within the coaching industry. We've also launched SC4 Empowers, which is a really exciting group, which stands for SC4, Michigan Promoters of Women's equal rights in sports. It's
Okay.
quite the mouthful, but it's just a great group that advocates for women coaches, women athletes, for girls and women of all ages to really reach their athletic dreams.
Okay.
This tournament's just another example of us helping to showcase elite women athletic talent.
Right, right. Well, with the vision of Dr. Snyder, we just have so many great things happening, and so it's a great
Absolutely.
time to be at SC4.
It really is.
So thank you for coming in today and talking about everything.
Thank you for having me.
And I can't wait to see the national tournament here in the field house, so that's wonderful. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
congrats, yes. Okay, now back to Live and Local.
Welcome back. Thank you, Bonnie, and also Becky. Great information, and that tournament's coming up. Be here before we know it.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting stuff for the area. And other part of the show today, our Friday flowers from Allenbrook Flowers are here. And if you can see them right here, I'll kind of move the coffee mugs.
It's
just
a
little
single
bit. Let's spill the
rose. It's
coffee.
kind of maybe I feel a little bit like we're on The Bachelor.
You want to?
Who's gonna get the
Okay, you're
rose?
thinking Bachelor.
Bachelorette.
I was thinking Beauty and the Beast.
There you
kind
go.
of
It
like
does
if
look
it
like
was.
that.
Yeah, I know it's just a glass thing in that, but you got the little greenery there. The light. There's a light in there.
Yeah, it's a very unique arrangement,
Yeah.
great for Valentine's Day coming up. And so all you have to do is comment #flowers on our Facebook page and be sure to share the program.
Yep, and when you win them, pick them up at Allenbrooks at 1839 Lapeer before 5 p.m. today.
And of course, we can't end our show without a moment in history for today. So Sean, what do we have?
We've got a great one that most people who were around at the time might scratch their heads and wonder if it was really that long ago. I know I have that same feeling. In 2000, 20 years ago today, some locals had to start adding an extra 3 digits to local phone numbers as area code 586 was added to areas that were formerly only 810. It included parts of Sanilac, Macomb, Oakland, and Lapeer County. The explosion of cell phone use, as well as dedicated lines for fax machines and dial-up internet, put a strain on the number of available numbers for any given area code. So a new code was added to cut down on the strain of the system. Fortunately, calls to the new code were not considered long distance. Today, that area code is only in use in Macomb County.
Well, I guess that shows how much population
Yep.
and technology have grown. And with that, we finished for today's edition of Live and Local, but our on-demand viewing lets you watch the show again or share it with friends and family members. Sharing the show is a great way for your local snowbirds to stay informed of what's happening here in the Blue Water area.
That's right. That way, when they come home, they'll be able to pick up right where they left off. Thanks again for joining us on this Friday. I'm Sean Hurley.
And I'm Carly Hurley, and you still have a chance to enter for Friday Flowers or also those Disney Princess Party tickets. We'll be drawing those later in the morning and message those winners. Monday morning, we'll have Chef Shell's Donuts giveaway, and we'll continue on the giveaway train. Remember to tune in to Live and Local every weekday morning at 7 a.m. We hope you have a great weekend.